In the last movie, you've reigned over Narnia as kings and queens, and in the beginning of this movie, we see the four Pevensey kids in Britain, kind of bored with it. So is that the same for you when you return home after filming like this big movie?
No, I think that while we do enjoy sort of filming everything, we do start missing home, and when we get back, we are able to be with friends and stuff, and it makes us appreciate home sometimes a little bit more.
I mean, the transition isn't necessarily just like that. It's not kind of super easy, but you do switch across fairly quickly. I mean, we're lucky because we have very supportive families and friends who just kind of welcome us back into it, and we do switch modes.
Edmund seems to have matured a lot to this movie, especially in comparison to Peter. So is that the same with you, or do you just pretend?
Well, it has sort of spanned a lot of my adolescent life, so I think I think it is fair to say that I've matured sort of along with it, just because naturally. I started when I was 12 and now I'm 16. And I think it's fair to say that Edmund has, out of all of them, is probably most noticeably matured, just because in the first film he was such a brat, and now he is one of the sort of the central figures holding the family together.
Anna, you have your first on-screen kiss with Ben Barnes.
Yeah, I do.
Is he a good kisser?
He's all right. No, he's great. It was a kind of weird scene to film because we'd known each other for about 5 months before we did it, and it was also in front of 300 extras on a platform, my surrogate brothers and sisters watching.
Of course, I asked him the same, and he said you'd blush, but you don't.
So, did you say I'd blush?
Yes.
You could, if you talk about blushing for long enough, you'll make me blush. Definitely.
Yeah, it works. And Susan seems much softer in general. Is that more fun to act?
Yeah, and it was kind of. I think it was easier to empathise with her this time actually, because it's not so much about always being, she's still responsible and practical, but she's not quite so stroppy this time. And I think that kind of the element of the romance and also being involved in some of the action is almost kind of makes it a bit more likeable.
And she's learned from Lucy, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think that there's one particular scene in this film where she has to kind of ask Lucy for advice.
And I heard you were chosen from like 1,000 people, and you're actually neighbours. Wasn't that weird?
Yeah, it's so weird. And we didn't know each other beforehand either.
And you're not going to return to Narnia, so you're going to miss each other then?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be next door, so
I think we'll probably still see each other, yeah.
I heard this weird story about your trip to your prom night home during filming.
Oh yeah, I think it's been slightly exaggerated, but
I saw one of those as well. Yeah.
There was one afternoon where we were filming and I looked a little bit down and Andrew asked me what was wrong, and I was head girl at my school, so I was supposed to be organising or going to at least our leavers ball. And Andrew kind of switched the shots around and put me on a plane home, and I went straight from the airport to the party so that I could get there, which was very nice.
Okay, and you're actually studying on the same college as C.S. Lewis did. Was that deliberate?
He didn't study there. He actually taught there for over 20 years, but I didn't know that when I applied, so no, it was completely accidental.
Okay. So did you keep a journal this time as well? Or?
No, I didn't have time. I was working adult hours on this movie because I turned 18, so I didn't have so much time to keep journals and things.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
Great.